Hello guys, welcome to today's video. It's Matt here. Steve is also with me.
Hey guys.
And first of all, we want to say we hope you've had a very happy, holiday season, and also a happy New Year. But as you can tell by the title of this video, and we have said a few weeks ago, we said that we had an announcement to make. Unfortunately, as you can see by the title, this is not a good announcement. We actually have some very bad news. And in fact, this is probably the worst possible news that could ever come about for Vectra Gaming. And I'm going to tell you why. Basically, there have been a lot of changes being made on YouTube, and I'm sure many of you know about them. But the changes you probably don't know about are the changes that YouTube has decided to make more recently with the way that they handle YouTube networks on their platform, and what they want to do with that moving forward. And that affects us in a huge way, and obviously not for the better. Basically, what we're going to have to do with Vectra Gaming, I'm just going to put it completely out there, is Vectra Gaming is going to have to shut down as a network completely. Now, that's probably quite a shock for you to hear, for me to say that, because both me and Steve didn't think it would ever come to this point. In fact, we obviously we knew there would be an end date for Vectra Gaming. We didn't think it'd be this sudden and this soon. We weren't told that long before doing this video, and so it was quite a shock to us, as you can imagine, quite a lot to process. Obviously, you're going to have a lot of questions, and this whole video is to address those and also tell you what this means for you as a Vectra partner. What can you do next? What options do you have? And how did this all come about? So, first of all, why we're having to shut down, why Vectra Gaming has to be no more, and we can't offer a partner program anymore at all, is because there have been in the past 3 tiers of YouTube networks. You have at the top, you have multi-channel networks, which are MCNs. Then below them you have VNs, which are virtual networks, and Vectra Gaming is a VN, so we're on that second tier. And at the bottom of that 3-tier system, you have content aggregators, which are also known as CAs. Now, in early 2016, we were told, and this was basically when the warning signals were probably flashing us in the face, and we should have really had to expect this eventually, was that at the beginning of the year, last year, they said, we're not going to have content aggregators anymore. We don't want to have 3 tiers. So it went to 2 tiers. So then we had MCNs and VNs. And now, more recently, YouTube just want this to be a single tier platform for networks. They don't want to have multiple tiers because of lots of problems. And this is the thing. It's not the reason we're having to shut down and other VNs are having to do a similar thing is nothing that you have done. Don't take away from this video that this is something that any of our partners have done. It's nothing that we've done. It's completely out of our control. It's basically due to the irresponsibilities of other VNs out there. YouTube have just had enough. They had enough of all the problems that some of these other companies have caused, and because of that, we have to suffer for those other companies' irresponsibilities. And, that really sucks. And there's not really much we can do about that. It's YouTube's platform, it's their website. Google own that. We have to do what they say because we're on their website. So they wanted to get rid of these 2 tiers because of all these problems. They just want to have MCNs because it's a lot easier for them to police the MCNs than it is all of the tiers below that, for various reasons, which we're not going to get into because this video would probably be like an hour long if me and Steve went into too much detail there. But what does this mean for me and Steve? Well, like we said, me and Steve, we can't run this network anymore. We want to sort of do more in the future together. We've worked incredibly well. I think Steve can agree with me that we've pretty much had like no problems working together these last 4 years. They've actually been really enjoyable, and I wouldn't really, Steve is the best person I could have ever done this with, in my opinion.
I highly agree with you. Like, me and Matt set up Vectra 4 years ago, and we had one ultimate goal and one dream, and that was to give a different side of YouTube to content creators, because content creators were being locked into contracts, they were being treated unfairly in networks, There was like huge partners that were getting support over a channel that has like 1,000 subscribers, and we wanted to change that. We wanted to put in a different system where there was a zero locking contract, where you could like join a network and leave whenever you wanted to. We wanted to be able to offer 110% support, and we did all that.
And I think, some people might be asking, well, why do you and Steve, why did the two of you sound so calm about this? You're losing your company, you're having to stop everything. We've had some time to process this. We both realise that this is out of our control, and we have peace of mind knowing that this is nothing that any of you did or any of our faults. It was something completely out of our control the whole time. And, we're less concerned about us. We're more concerned, me and Steve will in the future will continue to do, whether it's making content or setting up some other venture in the future. Me and Steve both know that we want to continue working together, going forward in the future. But that's beside the point. We're not worried about the two of us. We're more concerned, and the first thing that me and Steve both said when we were told this news was, right, how does this, most of the questions we had and most of our focus was on you guys, the partners, the people partnered with our network who have YouTube channels, who are content creators, and that's where all our focus was put was, how does this affect them? What can we do to help them through this phase, this transition period? How can we make this as smooth transition as possible, and what options are there for you? So let's kind of get on to that, because what does this mean for you? Well, anything you've earned that you haven't been paid yet from revenue from YouTube, you will 100% get paid. It's not as if, nothing's going to, financially, your revenue's fine. Now, in the future, you may say, oh, but I want to keep that 80% revenue share that I'm getting. Well, what's going to happen is you'll have several options, and me and Steve are going to remain completely impartial, completely neutral about what, we're not going to tell you should join this network or you shouldn't join the network, or you should, take option A, B or C. Both of us have both decided it's the best for everybody involved from all aspects, that we, can remain completely neutral. So what I didn't really explain before, and I should have done, is that the tiers below MCNs, and MCNs that being that top tier of networks, all of the networks below that have to work with an MCN. Now, the MCN that we work with is Age Network. We've worked with them ever since we started up Vectra Gaming, for the last 4 years. So, if what's going to happen to you as a partner is if you don't want to go to another network, or you don't want to go to AdSense or any of those options, you can take the option to be transferred over to the MCN that we work with, and you will retain all of the benefits. There are some changes, but everything that stays the same is in terms of revenue share. You will still receive 80%. If you decide to be transferred and you take that transfer option, you will still receive 80% revenue share. You will still be in a no-locking contract. You will still have access to the music library that we currently have available to everybody. You will still have access to the partner dashboard that is linked on our website. That partner dashboard you can log into. The changes would be, obviously, if you're somebody who comes to me and Steve for support, then we can't offer you support anymore, because Vectra Gaming, we have to cease operations. We can't carry on anymore. So me and Steve can't provide you with support. All the responsibilities for supporting you, answering your queries, or promoting your content, that would all become the responsibility of the MCN Age Network that you'd be transferred over to. So they would handle all of that. They would handle the support. They would handle promoting your content. We would no longer be the people providing those services to you. But in terms of everything else, if that doesn't really matter to you, everything else, in terms of your revenue, that would be uninterrupted. You would still receive those benefits and those perks. It's mostly the support and promotion aspects that would change. Now, if you don't like the sound of that, and you want to take a different choice, you obviously have the option. You can go to another network. You click everybody who is partnered with us, you will have an unlink request button on your YouTube dashboard. If you go to youtube.com/dashboard, you can click on an unlink request button on there, and after 30 days, your channel will be unlinked, and you'll be free to either go to AdSense or sign with another network, whichever one that may be, or you can just be with no AdSense or any network at all, and you could start offering ad-free content and just get your money through something like Patreon. You know, all of those options are available to you. What we want to advise that you do, though, with these options is don't worry about me and Steve. Don't worry about everybody else. Do what is best for you and you only. As an individual content creator, do what is best and what benefits you the most. You know, that's what is important. Do what you think is best for your channel. Whether that's transferring over to the Age Network MCN, whether that is unlinking your channel and going to another network, whether that is signing with AdSense, or whether that is exploring some different options that are ad-free. Whatever that is, do what in your heart you think is the best thing to do. You know, take some time. Over the coming months, we're going to try and, you know, me and Steve will be available on all the usual platforms if you want to talk. You know, we're available on Skype, we're available on email, we're available on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. We're available everywhere. We're as accessible as you can possibly get. And if you have any more questions or you want to know some more explanation or details about what you can do, like I said, we will remain impartial. But if you want to have a chat about anything, we'll be there. You know, over the course of these next months, you'll have time. You'll have time to, you know, think about what you want to do. Do some research. That's the best advice we can give. Do some research into all the different networks. Do some research into AdSense. Do some research into what other possible options you have. And just go, like I said, go with the one that in your gut feeling is the best thing for you as an individual for your channel. That is basically what you can do. And I think that's probably the best way to look at it. You know, this is obviously still, you're probably still taking this in. This is probably, you're still trying to wrap your head around this, because just as for you, as it was for us, this is all very sudden. You know, we weren't given any prior warning. It was literally one day we had a meeting with our MCN Age Network. They told us what YouTube wanted to do, the changes that they wanted to make, and it was like a gunshot. Bam. You're gonna have to basically, you know, Vectra Gaming can't continue as it, you know, the branding of that as a network can't continue. Can Vectra Gaming continue with something else? Can it change? Can it operate and continue to operate in some other shape or form? Maybe, but that's sort of a conversation that me and Steve will have another day. You know, that's something to worry about another day. The most important thing is thinking about wholly your channel and what you think is the best for you to do. You've got various different options there, and any revenue you've earned before this date of this video, you will still receive. Don't worry about that. And yeah, I'm not sure if Steve wants to add anything about that. We are going to sort of, at the end of this video, we do have a few things we want to say, because this has meant a lot to me and Steve over these 4 years. So we are going to say our farewells. We're going to say our thanks. But I didn't know if Steve, you wanted to add anything about the options people have, or, you know, these changes YouTube have made.
Yeah, well, not really options, but I just want to say that over the past 4 years, people might be thinking, oh, I feel so sorry for Steve and Matt, but I just want to put it out to everyone. For the past 4 years, I have enjoyed myself. Like, it's been amazing. I've met some amazing people. I've worked with Matt, who is a truly amazing guy. Like, we're just like chalk and cheese. We just go together so well. I just want to say one thing, is that you can't change the past, but you can change the future. And what I mean by that is, yeah, Vectra's gone, but when you open one door, when you close one door, another door opens for you. So what I mean by that is that, yeah, something sad has happened today, but things happen for a reason. And like Matt said before, that you have some options where you can go. You can either stay with Age Network, which is the MCN we actually are under, or you can decide to leave Age and go with another network. Now, like Matt said, we're going to remain impartial. So we're not going to sit there and say that you can go to like network number A or network number B or whatever.
It's mostly the reason we're making that decision for those curious is so that we're not accused for having any hidden agendas, or people might say, oh, well, they suggested this network because they must secretly be working with them, or oh, they got paid to say that. We just want to completely, it can get messy, and we just want to avoid all that mess. But yeah, I mean, just following up on what you said, Steve, about this has happened and what's in the past is in the past is, this has been 4 years of literally mine and Steve's creation. We created this together, and we're closing everything. We're closing shop. We're closing everything up together as well. So we're finishing how we started, really. And these last 2 months, I've had to sort of, not just with this network. I've just a general theme for me. These last 2 months has been loss and dealing with loss with real people and with Vectra Gaming as a network as well. And one thing I've learned over these past 2 months is that, it's all very well dwelling on the present and being, you shouldn't really be miserable about the present. Just be happy the memories you've got. Be happy that it happened, not that it's over. We've been able to do this for so many years because of all of your support. If you're a partner with us, it wasn't just because, oh, hey, they meet some requirement, or hey, oh, they're gonna make some money for the network. It was more than that. It was always more than that. It was about, hey, let's offer a good deal to you because we like your content. So many of you out there, and I could list them, but we'd be here for ages. But so many of you have so many good series going on at the moment. You have so much good content, and don't ever doubt that, because both of us, we can see so much potential in all of you, and I can see lots of you being 10 times the size you are right now because you've got so much potential. And the only thing I ask of you is to just keep making great content, keep making amazing content. If you love to make those videos, do it for the passion. That's what we've said since day one, is do it for the passion of making videos first, worry about everything afterwards. But this has been, blood, sweat and tears have been poured into this. It was very difficult for us to start with getting Vectra Gaming off the ground. It's very difficult. Steve can sort of attest to that. We both worked endlessly to make this happen, but we couldn't have done any of it without, especially those initial people, but all of you in general. We couldn't have done it without any of you sticking by our side, cheering us on. So many of you over the years had said so many kind things about our network, about me and Steve personally, about what we've done, what we offer, pretty much everything. And, we wouldn't be here 4 years down the line if it wasn't for that motivation, if it wasn't for you, continuing to push us and support us and being by our side. Because you are basically the reason we were able to pour our blood, sweat and tears into this. And yeah, we didn't want this to happen. It's a really shitty thing. And, this sucks just as much for us as it does for you to hear. But Steve, if there's anything that you want to sort of sign off on or end with, and then we will wrap up the video.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, now, some people might take this the wrong way, but I didn't do this for the money, because I got a job on the side and it's the same thing as Matt. But the money that I've made from the network hasn't gone to my use. I haven't used any of that money at all for the past 4 years that I've earned money from the networks. As you would know, that me and Matt would have earned a percentage. The money that I've earned has gone into a fund for my children for when they get to 18. There's a considerable amount of money in there, but it's going to them for their college, for their uni, maybe if they want to buy a car, maybe if they want to put a deposit down on a house. I just want to thank all of you guys that have partnered with Vectra, that have spurred us on for the past 4 years, believed in us, because when we first started, we didn't think that we would even last a year, and we've lasted 4 years. And just before I sign off myself, I just want to say thank you very much for supporting Vectra. And I'm just so sad to see it going, but things like this do happen. Anyway, guys, I've been a founder for Vectra Gaming, and I'm signing off.
Yeah, exactly. And, this has been 4 years of hard work, like we've said, and like we've continued to say. But this has been quite the journey. And it's because, we wanted to make a difference. We wanted to offer a partner program that respected you as a content creator. we never wavered from that. We had various options to sell out. We had various options of people trying to, take over Vectra Gaming through many a means, and people who told us that we wouldn't even last 6 months, and yet here we were 4 years later proving those people wrong. And I like to think, a small part of me likes to think that we've helped other networks in offering better deals by pressuring them by what we offer, and you've also helped pressure them with the likes of no-locking contracts. Hopefully we'll start to see more networks offer those no-locking contracts and offer better deals to you, because you deserve it. You're the one making those videos, and don't ever let any network push you around. No matter where you go or what you do, remain true to yourself and stick by your content, because that is the most important thing on this platform, and it's the most important thing that you are offering on the platform. So you deserve a good deal, and never forget that. And other than that, I also want to thank Steve for an amazing 4 years, because it has been amazing. And, like I said, both of us are available on Skype, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, email, wherever you may be, we are there. Send me an email if you have a question about any of this, or you're worried, or you want to know what your options are. Again, you want us to explain in greater detail about this stuff. I don't care if that email comes in at 5 in the morning. I will damn well answer it, and I know Steve will as well. So, thank you, everybody. And from me and Steve, it's goodbye.
Goodbye.